Hi, my name's Sue and I'm a recovering carbaholic. It's been 8,904 hours since my last high-carb meal. By consistently following a ketogenic diet, I've lost 44 pounds. Here's where I was last year. I qualify for all the A's. I'm a recovering alcoholic, drug addict, codependent, and today I'm qualifying as a carbaholic. My name is Sue. Yeah, it's been 44 days since my last simple carb, and I just want to say I really miss rice. I miss them like you might miss an ex, right? You ever get like that about exes? You miss them so much, you just want to call them, at the oddest times. You want to be near them. Even though the last time you saw them, they tried to kill you, you still want to call them. What's amazing to me is that I got these results by eating mostly fat. Fat has always been my favorite food group. Who doesn't love butter and cheese and bacon? People usually refer to the keto diet as a low-carb diet. I think it would be better sold as the mostly fat diet. Do you need to lose weight, lower your blood pressure and your glucose? Eat more butter. That's right. Put more butter on your broccoli. Put more bacon on your meat. Put more butter on your bacon. I always loved fat, but I was addicted to carbs. Rice was my first love. My mom grew up during World War II in the Philippines, and so she always kept a very large pot of rice on the counter to prevent starvation. 3 times a day, she'd fill us up with as much food as possible. When she made lumpia, it was served with rice. Spaghetti with rice. Fried chicken with rice. Hamburger helper with rice. I believe that's how my carb addiction was born. In 2019, I was in the worst shape of my life. At 5 feet tall, I weighed 220 pounds. I had hypertension and cholesterol through the roof. I started feeling like my whole body was shutting down. I was so tired. I was scared, so I went to the doctor and was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. My A1C was 11.7%. My blood sugar was 320. That's basically the candy stage of caramelization. I mean, I've always liked being called sweet, but that's ridiculous. My doctor told me that my diabetes was severe, and he prescribed some meds and sent me to a nutritionist. I started reading everything I could about diabetes treatment and recovery. What I learned from the research was that I needed to eat less than 20 grams of net carbs a day. The nutritionist told me that I could have 150 grams of net carbs a day. The research said that intermittent fasting could really be helpful. The nutritionist told me that I shouldn't skip any meals. These are not subtle differences. I wondered if she would tell an anorexic to stop eating. By 2020, I was 55 pounds lighter, had reversed my type 2 diabetes, my hypertension, and high cholesterol. So why did I have type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and high cholesterol again in January of 2024? Well, relapse is a normal part of recovery. You're probably thinking something bad happened. Did my house burn down? Did my cat die? Nope. I met the love of my life. Addicts worldwide, please heed my cautionary tale. Good things can cause relapse too. I was on the straight and narrow, and I had totally changed my lifestyle. I was doing keto, intermittent fasting. I was doing 3 cardio workouts a week, 3 strength training sessions a week. Then in July of 2022, I fell madly in love. It took a while, but finally, after too many high-carb celebratory meals, in January 2024, I was a very sick, though happily married woman. Cheat meals were the slippery slope. First, I was just so excited that I met my perfect match. I had to cheat at date meals. It was only once a week, then twice a week, then 3 times a week. And then when we moved in together and started eating together all the time, I guess I thought that love had cured my diabetes. I'd find myself saying, let's go get burgers and tater tots. I'd say to myself, I'll just cheat on the weekend. It's not fair to her to make her eat keto all the time. So I'd only cheat on the weekends, unless there were leftovers on Monday, because you can't waste food. Then the holidays came twice, and they had a lot of carbs. I had always made an exception and made the weeks between Christmas and New Year's cheat weeks. And I was used to making lumpia, bibinka, and lots of rice to celebrate. When my January 2024 labs came in and it was clear I couldn't keep eating this way, my beautiful wife told me that she would join me on this keto journey, but that cheat days didn't work for her. For the first time, I considered being consistently keto. I don't know why it hadn't occurred to me before. I got sober in 1987, and I never considered drinking during the holidays. I quit smoking in 2018, and I never thought about having a cigarette once in a while. Why? Because I was clear that I was addicted to those substances. For some reason, I was still in denial about my addiction to carbs. I thought I could still eat anything I wanted in moderation, or for the holidays, or because it was a special dinner. Shh. Or because it was Wednesday, or because the dogs were barking. It doesn't work that way, I'm here to tell you. When I eat carbs, I want more carbs. There's a reason that donuts are sold by the dozen. They know that more than likely, after you eat one, you're gonna want another, and you might feel a little regret after that second one goes into your mouth, but then the third one's gonna be calling from the box, Sue, eat me, I'm so delicious. And there's my dog cheering me on. I was able to stop taking all of my metformin, verapamil, and losartan. It shocks me how many people would rather take drugs than change what they eat. For instance, insulin is a common medication given to diabetics. It can also cause hypoglycemia, which looks like sweating, trembling, confusion, heart palpitations, tingling lips, blurred vision, and dizziness. Does that sound like fun? I would rather eat bacon. I still get triggered by donuts, French fries, and bibinka, but I can transform almost any dish I crave into a keto version. I no longer feel compelled to eat carbs in moderation. I feel stronger, healthier, and more grounded.